Hi everyone, welcome to the workshop. Today we've got a new home machine. Let's have a look. Model 641. Not sure how old this one is actually. Let me have another look. Should do this before I start filming really, but I always forget. New home 641. Home machine. Let's see if we can get any reference to what sort of age this is. Sometimes find it with the instruction manual, it tell you what year it was made. No, nothing. I'm guessing it's probably 1980s, 70s, 80s. No, can't see it. Yeah, nice, really solid machine. Not too many stitches on it. It's got a buttonhole, bit of blind hem, zigzag, straight stitch. That feels very stiff. Reverse lever button stuck in. The whole machine is just seized. So let's have a look first. Let's get rid of these bits here. Yeah, very seized. Okay, first thing we always do, check the plug top, check it's got the right fuse in there. Yep, fuse is okay, but I've just noticed a problem. Let's just take the fuse out. Oh dear. Okay, a few problems here. I don't know if you can see, but the neutral is on the right, should be the live on the right. The live is on the left, should be the neutral on the left, and the earth is just not long enough to reach the pin. It's not even connected. So, plus it's not in the cord grip, so I'll imagine it was in the cord grip and someone's pulled it out. So a bit of a mess really. So safety wise, not very good at all. Which is why we check them. Yeah, that's very strange. Okay, I'm going to strip this cable back a little bit more, get some extra length on it and remake the ends. You can get cable strippers for these, but this is the way I do it. Just be careful not to nick the cables underneath. Make a slight score, ease it off. That's good. That goes like that on this one. Just measuring them off. Oh, so that was a bit shocking really. Excuse the pun. Okay, cut that one off there. Those two could be the same. Shorten it a little bit. Okay. Yeah, that's that's not good when it's one thing having the two conductors back to front. It's not the end of the world. It's not safe really, but it just means you're switching through the neutral and not the live. Not ideal. But to have no earth connected is a potential serious hazard. It only takes the live to touch the casing of the machine, and where it would normally blow the fuse, it won't, because there's no earth touching the casing. So it goes straight through you rather than back down to earth, blow the fuse. That's not good. But I'm glad I found it. So. Means actually old ones were soldered up, the ends were soldered, so they were not, for all that effort of soldering up the ends and then connected it wrong, which is a bit weird. Luckily I found it and it's all good. A bit of fiddly plug tops, not my favourite thing in the world to do, but done a few hundred in my time. Very exciting viewing for you guys, but I'll be as quick as I can. That's better. So all three cores cut to length, put in the right pins. The main insulation is underneath the cord clamp. I would have fitted a new plug, but I haven't got one here. There's no rubber Dura plug, this one. Never break because they're made of rubber, they just rubber casing on them. I've got the fuse. Screw that up, nice and safe. Pop that in there, lights come on. We have power. Would have had power before, but it's wired incorrectly, to be honest, but it wasn't safe. Safety first. Yeah, motor can barely turn the machine, it's so stiff. Needle's bent. Needles are the wrong way round as well. You've got a flat side to the needle, that should be at the back, it was at the front, so if it ever did, when it was sewing and not seized, it would have missed stitches like that. Let's get this to pieces. I actually really like these machines. They changed their name from New Home to Genome a few years back. I'm pretty sure it's the same company. Japanese. Take the foot off. Very solid. Looks like they've been using very thick thread as well, so they might have been doing some heavy duty work. I probably won't set it up for thick stuff, I like to set it up for general sewing. Pop the top off, just one screw on these. Yeah, the whole thing is absolutely bone dry. If you pick up on that, but barely turn it by hand, it's so tight. So the first job, I'll do anything else, is to get some oil into it, because once I can get it running on the motor, I can start to have a look and see why the reverse isn't working, why this button's stuck in. Again, probably lack of lubrication. Just put a little drop of oil in each point where it all rubs together. Just doing this quickly so that I can get the machine running. They generally seize up through lack of use, certainly through lack of maintenance, because there's no oil on them, but most people put their machines away, maybe in the loft, a few hot summers, machine dries up. And then when they do get it out and run it, it's right for a little bit, and then it warms up for use. And when metal gets warm, it expands. Because it's all different metals, it expands at different rates. That's what seizes it up, really. But this is proper solid. I don't think I'm going to get the motors to run this. Not yet, anyway. Sometimes you have to. It sounds like it's the bottom that's seized. Because the top and the bottom are joined, can't actually tell exactly where it's seized. So what I do now is I take this it's like a big end on a camshaft, really. It's on a crankshaft. It's joins the top and the bottom together. This bit here joins to the main shaft. Not good for you to see, but that's apart now, so I'll take that apart, keep it the right way round so it goes back the same, because it's obviously matched. Okay, so the top one's stiff and the bottom one's loose, so it's not what I thought. It's the top one, which is good. The top's easier to get at. What we do now is get some more oil through the top. I'll keep working it in. All it needs is a drop of oil into the right places, get it worked in, that will free it up. There's not many machines that come to me where I can't free them. I've had a few over the years, but they're just too far gone. It only takes one really tight spot and that will tighten the whole thing up. And if oil doesn't do it, then I normally progress on to a bit of WD just to spray and get it going. Right, this bottom's getting in the way now when I turn the top, so what I'm going to do now is put that back on. That bearing cover, get in position. A bit of oil in there. Somebody did ask what oil I use. It's just a very fine machine oil. This is the bottle I use, industrial sewing machine oil. Works for domestics and industrial, so I'll just fill my bottle with that. Go through a few litres of that a year. Snip that up. So I'm just joining the top and the bottom of the machine together again, because the bottom part's getting in my way when I'm trying to turn it. Not too tight. Just loosen it off a fraction. Okay. Well, this is where I need to keep working it. And from experience, it will eventually just start to release a little bit. And once it releases a little bit, I can run the motor, which will make it turn more. The more it runs, the more the oil gets in. I don't think we're at the point now where the motor will turn it. So there we go, it's starting to. It's loosening up. Here she goes. You can hear it now getting faster and faster. And that's all the oil that I've worked into the points. And looser and looser. And it's loosened up. I shall still keep putting oil in because I've got to do the bottom as well. But now I've got it moving, I can run it and oil it. I think you'll agree it's a little bit faster now. Actually a nice machine to show you because it's a hell of a difference. Few minutes. Right, let's get some more oil into this. I don't like putting too much oil on these machines because it gets through to the fabric if you go crazy, but it's obviously very seized, very dry. Although I've got it running now, I just need to make sure, because it only takes one dry spot to seize it all up again. Let's see if we can do, put it on to, sit down, I need to put this on to, let's just put that round there, put it onto zigzag, that's it. So the actual zigzag side to side of the needle is quite slow. The way the needle goes side to side on these machines, it has a cam up here, and the cam pushes it across, and then on the left and then on the right a spring pulls it back. So if it's seized, the spring doesn't always have the strength to pull it back. The best way to do that is to bring it over to the right and just work some oil into it with my finger, not running the machine. Feels pretty loose actually, so I think that'll be okay. That's not causing any issues. This is the only thing that's giving me some concern, is the stitch length. At the moment we haven't got any. It's going the wrong way. So it's stuck in reverse. So I've got to work out on this how the reverse works. It's probably that one there, yeah. It's like this mechanism here. It's right down in the machine. Probably can't see it. It's right down here behind the main shaft. And that is very tight, and that shouldn't be. So again, I've got to get some lube worked in. I'm going to use WD because it's quite a long way down. We'll get it moving and then I'll dry it off and put some oil on it. All I'm doing here is pushing the button in to put it into reverse, pushing this lever down to bring it back to forwards. This can take a while. And strong thumbs, a bit of patience, it will free off eventually. put a bit extra in this end because it's nowhere near the needle. That's loosening now. I can feel it loosening. There's got to be enough for that to come out on its own. There's normally a big spring at the bottom that pulls it down and pulls it back, but that spring's only so strong, so if it's not strong enough, it won't pull it back until we've freed this up. It's getting looser now. See, that button's going in and then coming out again. Certainly freeing up now. It's got this mechanism in quite a few machines, not just the new homes. A lot of the older machines have the same mechanism for reverse, and it's just a matter of working the lubrication into it. Once it's free, it's fine. It will stay free. Getting looser now, I can feel it. Not loose enough though to come out on its own. It's not coming out slowly. It's not actually that one there, it's that one I'm trying to pull, but they're joined. This mechanism here is for the stretch stitches. It's working now, it's getting there. I'm going to try and get a bit of oil into it rather than WD. Oil blocked, I'm just going to blow that. It's quite gummed up, this oil can. Certainly, you can see, certainly getting looser. I actually really enjoy servicing machines that are this far gone, because it's just, they come in absolutely not running at all and go out running lovely like brand new, so it's quite satisfying to have a machine that's this far seized. There's still a little bit in there. I'm fine with these, all of a sudden it will just go and loosen up. Still, although this button now is working properly, the mechanism it's pushing isn't. This final bit, this should go back down on its own. It will go. Might need to just give it a drop of oil at the bottom as well, which I've got to do anyway, but I was hoping to free this up before I got to that bit. There we go, so that's dropping now, and that's free. Lovely. That's your width there, that's your length there. Stretch stitch on here is that one there. That's your stretch stitch, so that will make this, as I run it, it will make that go up and down. There's that. Just to hold that in, you can see it going in and out. So again, like I did with the actual machine itself, I've oiled it down there, got it loose, now I can run the machine, and the machine will now operate and work the oil into it. Get more oil. Lovely. Very satisfying. Okay. So that's the top done. I think I'm happy with the top now, so I'm going to start at the bottom. All the oiling points here. This one here is the feed dog, so it dropped the feed dog, it pulls this pin out, and you can see that. And as you run it, that should pop back in. So yeah, that one there, that's nice and loose. The mechanism there, so as that pulls out, feed dog drop down below the plate so the fabric won't move, so you can do your freehand embroidery. Customer might not even use that, but it's not C's, which is good. They're normally C's, these, and you have to hit them. Well, that's nice now. Put them all in there. Yeah, it doesn't actually do a stretch zigzag, this machine. It just does a straight stitch but stretched. And the fabric goes back and forwards. They're not brilliant for stretch stitching, these older machines, but just to do a nice strong straight stitch, it'll be fine. Okay, what I'm going to do now, just flip it up on its back and take the bottom plate off. Yeah, you can see I'm collecting WD and oil down here, which I'll clean up. Doing that all over the customer's table when they get it home. Let's find my electric screwdriver. A couple of screws. Pretty wet because all the WD's come down that way. Again, I can run it. Make sure there's some oil in the bottom here. There, there, and there. When you've got a machine that's a little bit seized, it's hard to go slow. It hits those little seize spots until we get some oil into them. Hopefully you can hear me above the noise of the machine. Just going to spray some WD up into that reverse mechanism. I've covered all parts of it. Just keep working oil into them, that's all you can do, just to unseize them. You can see now from when it wouldn't run when it came into full speed like a little train. Take off a stretch stitch, nice long stitch. Drop it down a fraction, tighten it up, and that should help the bobbin wind even more even. Yeah, so it's going right down at the bottom, back up to the top. That's good. Okay. Tighten that up. Check the bobbin case itself for any fluff. I'll just use a little pin or an old needle just to loosen it off. Check underneath the tension spring, check there's nothing under there, which there isn't. And we can drop the bobbin in the case, thread under the spring. Yep, it's about the right tension. It's just holding its own weight. That's good. Right, thread this machine. You take it through a little hole in the back, across to the front. Make sure the foot's up, around the tension, back up to the take up lever. Follow the guides. Nice easy machine to thread. Threads front to back. Now the needle's in right, the thread will go down the groove. Eyesight is getting worse. There's no needle thread on this machine, it's too old. That's good. Take it down, pull it up, bottom thread up. I didn't check the timing on this, but I'm presuming it's okay. I'm sure it is. It's hard for these oscillating ones to go out of time. So we're set to go. I'm just going to bring the needle up. I'm going to put the foot down, check the time, the tension, nice and tight, which is good. That's your presser foot pressure. Nice bit there holding that down. I'll just get another bit of fabric. Open trousers. Put that under the foot. Okay, first thing I like to do is straight stitch, so M for medium, middle, 2.5 for the stitch length. That's on the right stitch. I'll just run it tight. Feels very tight all of a sudden. I don't know why. I think it's actually just the presser foot pushing down onto the teeth, feed dog teeth. Let's release it a little bit so it's not quite so stiff. That's better. A little bit longer. Runs very nice compared to how it was when it came in. Perfect stitch. I'll give it a bit of width. So that's a nice zigzag stitch. Perfect V top and bottom. Make it a little bit wider. That's a lovely stitch, running nice and quiet, nice and smooth, all the tensions are good. If we set it on that stitch there, it's like a little blind hen stitch. And finally we'll give it some, I'll do a buttonhole in a minute, but let's just put that onto measure stitch, needles going forwards and backwards. Nice strong straight stitch. Take that off of there, back to there. And we just check out the buttonhole. So that should be the stitch. Put it on half, between half and one. Give it some width. So that does the top bar. Guessing that one. No, let's do the other one first. That one there will come. Down, back to that one, does a bar, and then this one goes back. I haven't got a proper buttonhole foot on. But if I can do a buttonhole, anybody can do a buttonhole, so I'm not a great sewer. So let me show you the stitches. Right, there's your straight stitch, both sides, zigzag, both sides is a perfect V. There's your stretch stitch there, which is a double stitch. There's your blind hem, or sort of a blind hem stitch. There's your buttonhole, so it's done top bar, come down, bottom bar gone back. Glitched a little bit there, but that's just probably because I was trying to straighten it up. Very happy with that, so we'll cut this here, cut that, and take the thread away now because we don't need that anymore. We're going to get one of my stickers, service due October 25, which is next year. Put that on there. Last thing I'm going to do is just do a little pat test on it, portable appliance test. Let me just check I've done up the. I've done this cord up tight. That's it. Nice and tight. Okay. What I need to do here is find an earth. Which I might have to just pop this up the other way and just find the bottom. Got these clamps, I can't always get it on when I want to. It's there, let me just try this, it might not be on there properly. Yeah, earth continuity is great, insulation's great, and it's passed. Oh, I'll show you that. Passed. So what's that showing is that the earth from the earth pin on the plug, well, plugs in here now, from the earth cable through there, it's attached to the metalwork of the machine, giving protection. And if I'd have done that test before I started, it would have failed because there was no earth protection. And the insulation's good as well because it measures that as well. Check that nothing's going down to earth. It's not a very elaborate test, but it proves it's got continuity. Down to the body of the machine, which is what we want. So what I'm going to do now is clean it up. I've got these now, let me show you these. Just have these done, little bookmarks. Good old Vistaprint. It's amazing what you can get done from Vistaprint. So I'll stick one of these on all the machines I do. As it says, scan the QR code below to watch our YouTube channel, which is what you're watching now. You may even be able to watch your own machine being repaired, which obviously the lady who owns this can now, because I've just filmed it. Got some little pens made, There's a SimPoint logo on there, so chuck one of those in there as well. Pop it all under the needle. And that is it. One machine, electrical fault, needle in the wrong way, totally seized up, reverse was seized, machine was seized. Now it's good as new. It's doing a lovely stitch, whizzing along nicely. Very good for another 50 years. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. If you've enjoyed the video, just hit like and tell me you liked it. If you didn't, let me know why. Yeah, happy sewing, and we'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.